Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm reviewing the 70mai T800 dashcam, a 3-channel system that records in dual 4K resolution on both the front and rear cameras, along with a Full HD infrared interior camera to keep the cabin covered too. The T800 features Sony Starvis 2 sensors on both the front and rear cameras, promising exceptional clarity in low light conditions, alongside an array of software to assist the lenses and improve footage. Coupled with an advanced parking mode, AI motion detection, 4G connectivity for remote monitoring, and a wide range of intelligent recording features, the T800 is one of the most complete dashcams 70mai has released so far. And just so you know, 70mai did send me the T800 so I could make this video, but as always, all the thoughts and opinions are entirely my own. I also recently made a video comparing the T800 with 3 of 70mai's other 4K dashcams: the M800, A800 SE, and 4K Omni, so do check that out if you want to see what else they offer. There's a link in the top right corner or in the description below. Finally, if you like what you see and want to get a T800 for yourself, I've put affiliate links to all the major retailers below too. Let's get stuck into the video. Opening up the neatly designed T800 box, you're greeted by the main front camera unit, along with the rear camera that enables the full dual 4K capability. Taking the front camera out, the design is on the bulkier side, with a rotating internal facing camera, a nice big 3-inch IPS screen on the back, and the control buttons below. On the other side you have the mounting area and dashcam information, and the tilting 4K front camera lens below that. On the top of the dashcam you have the power and rear ports, both USB-C. On the one side you've got the microSD card slot, which takes cards of up to 512GB, and the button that puts the camera to sleep with 1 tap or protects a clip with 2 taps. Onto the rear camera, it has a simpler design but is substantial and feels well made. The lens tilts on its sticky pad mount and takes a USB-C cable for power and connecting to the front camera. As can be seen from the lens, the rear camera also houses an IMX678 sensor, so is providing true 4K and not upscaling its images. First of the accessories found in the box is an envelope which contains customer information and user manuals, spare sticky pads, static window stickers, and a 512GB microSD card. In the box next to the dashcam, you'll find a trim remover to help hide wires, the sticky pad mount for the front camera unit, a 12V adapter for powering the T800, a USB-A to USB-C power cable, and a long and robust USB-C to USB-C cable for powering the rear dashcam. You can also get an optional circular polarizing filter which will reduce windscreen glare and reflections for the dashcam. It has a snug push fit onto the exterior facing 4K lens. Another optional extra is the 4G hardwire kit, which you can pop a SIM card in and monitor your dashcam remotely through the 70mai app. The hardwire kit consists of a red, yellow and black ground wire, though there aren't any fuse taps included. At first glance the T800 is a larger design, but is also quite compact for what it is. So let's get it installed in a vehicle. Installing the T800 is straightforward and something the majority of people will manage easily themselves. Begin by making sure the windscreen is clean and free of dust or dirt, and then decide where you want to place the dashcam. When you've found where you want the dashcam to sit, peel back the protective film on the adhesive pad, line it up, and firmly press it into place on the windscreen. As I'm filming mine for this video, I'm putting it in a clear area of my windscreen, but do make sure it doesn't block your line of sight. Next, plug the USB-C power cable into the dashcam. To avoid having a loose cable across your dashboard, hide the wire in the vehicle's trim. How to do this varies from car to car, but the included trim tool makes it much easier. You can then find a spot for the rear dashcam on your rear window, attaching it via a sticky pad mount. Plug one end of the long cable into it, with the other end going into the remaining port on the front camera. Again, you'll need to hide the wires so they don't become a hazard in the vehicle, and do make sure when installing a dashcam that you don't block any airbags with the wires. Finally, plug the wire into the 12V adapter and the adapter into your 12V port. The dashcam will now power up every time you start your vehicle. With the T800 installed, let's get it turned on and explore the features. When powered up, There will be a few settings to sort out, but every other time the home screen is the view of your front camera, with any other cameras you have available in the top left and right corners. As we go through and look at the screen, if you see distortions or lines, it's just my camera and not the screen, and any fogging up is in the vehicle itself because it was a damp day and it isn't anything to do with the T800. Starting in the very top left corner, you have the recording status, the Wi-Fi status and GPS signal icons, with the date and time in the right hand corner. Along the bottom there are 4 symbols controlled by the buttons below, as it isn't a touchscreen. The first switches between camera views. The second turns the cabin camera off instantly. The third turns the microphone on or off. And the final button takes you to the menu. There are a number of settings to play with here, and we'll start with video settings. Here you can change the compression of files, change the recording resolution of all cameras, and you'll see here that you have the option for 4K 60 frames per second instead of the standard 30 frames per second, though this only works when you don't have the rear camera installed. You can change the length of clips, turn the cabin cam on and off, activate a front camera defogging mode, handy in colder weather, and choose whether to have the additional camera show over the main one of the home screen. You can also remove the 70mai logo, speed and GPS watermarks from your dashcam clips, change the hertz of the dashcam to reduce streetlight flicker, mirror and flip the rear dashcam if you have it installed in an unusual place, and enable live view of the dashcam remotely if you have the 4G hardwire kit installed. Moving on, the album settings shows you all of your clips in one easy to navigate place. You can scroll through and select the clips you want, play it full screen, speed the playback up, or delete it. Next is the parking security app, and you need to have the dashcam hardwired for this, so it's always receiving some power from the car's battery. First you can choose the duration you want to record for while parked, from 2 hours to unlimited. Next you have collision detection and motion detection, which will automatically start recording. If you don't want to film long clips that take up lots of memory, there's also an option for time-lapse recording while parked, and below that you can choose which cameras you want to record when stationary. As it says on the screen, having all 3 cameras recording is more power hungry on your vehicle, though 70mai have thought of a solution with an external battery pack which charges from your vehicle while you drive, ensuring there's always power available, a bit like a leisure battery. I'll have a much more in-depth video on it and all the possibility that it provides shortly after this video is released, so do subscribe for that. The next setting is Smart Travel, and this is a really interesting section. First you have options of whether to record emergency video and how sensitive the dashcam should be to impacts. Next is ADAS, standing for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, and once calibrated while driving for a while, you'll get on-screen alerts for a variety of situations.
Caution, front car.
When the vehicle in front moves away but you haven't, if you depart from your lane, front vehicle collision warnings, and alerts for potential collisions with pedestrians and bikes. Whilst very useful, these warnings should never be used as a substitute for careful, safe driving.
Caution, front car.
Real-time annotation enables vehicles and lanes to be highlighted in real time on the dashcam screen. Finally, there's a button to calibrate the ADAS features. The final Smart Travel setting is voice control, which can be turned on or off and is available in a number of languages. The last setting is systems, and there's a huge range of things to play with. You can deal with the Wi-Fi hotspot for connecting to the app. In sound settings you can turn tapping sounds on and off, as well as turn the microphone off and change the playback volume too. Screen standby mode allows you to have the screen on all the time, or go to dark on a timer while still recording footage, and there's parking settings for the screen too. You can then set the time, though it automatically sets it correctly thanks to the GPS showing your location. Next you can choose your language, date format, speed unit, see your GPS positioning, get a QR code to download the app, see the dashcam details, format the memory, and reset factory settings to wipe the dashcam. Overall there's loads to change to suit your preferences, which I always like to see in a dashcam. The T800 has a useful built-in screen, but you'll get a much better experience using the app, which connects over the dashcam's Wi-Fi. You'll need to be near the camera though, unless you install the optional 4G hardwire kit, as it's a local Wi-Fi connection that's generated to connect the dashcam and phone. The app is free on the Google Play Store and App Store. Once you've created an account, granted permissions, connected via Wi-Fi and formatted a memory card, you're ready to record. After that, you can connect to it as needed. On the app's home screen, you'll see a live preview which can be made full screen. The buttons let you take a photo or switch to see the rear or interior camera. The album section stores all of your clips, organised by folder or timeline, and you can easily download footage straight to your phone. In settings, you can adjust everything from video resolution and clip length, to watermark options, anti-flicker and rear camera mirroring, as well as configuring parking mode options such as collision detection, motion detection and time-lapse. Under Smart Travel, you can set emergency recording sensitivity, toggle ADAS features, enable voice control and turn fatigue reminders on or off. Sound settings lets you adjust your language, speaker volume, tones and audio recording. System settings covers standby mode, auto power off, useful if your power source is always on, Wi-Fi hotspot setup, time and date, speed units, GPS status and device info. You can also sync route data, check logs, format the SD card, or perform a factory reset. When the app is active, the T800 screen turns off and physical buttons are disabled. Overall, the app is fast, responsive, easy to use, and gives you full control of the T800 right from your phone. Connecting the 70mai T800 directly to your fuses is a great option to have available, as it will not only free up your 12-volt port, but gives you the option to utilise the 24-hour parking mode, which includes collision and motion detection, so the vehicle's being watched over while it's unattended. There are two options for hardwiring this dashcam. The first is a standard hardwire kit, and this will deliver constant power to the camera, so it's always ready to start recording. The second option is a 4G SIM card hardwiring kit. With this kit installed, you can get instant app alerts to your phone when you're away from the vehicle, live stream your dashcam remotely to see what's going on, and track your vehicle too. The hardwiring kit doesn't come with a SIM card, however, but I think this is a good thing, as you can get a plan that suits your budget and the best coverage for your area. This of course comes at an extra cost. Both of these are great options to have, but the one thing to note is that neither hardwire kit comes with any fuse taps. Usually you'll get a selection like these which fit 3 or 4 different types of fuses for maximum vehicle compatibility. This isn't too much of a problem, however. You could wrap the wire around the fuse, which I don't recommend, or to be on the safe side, just buy a set of fuse taps online for a few pounds or dollars. As for the process of hardwiring a dashcam to a vehicle, it can be a little daunting, but I've created a complete step-by-step guide on how to hardwire a device to your vehicle's fuses, which you should see a link to in the top right corner, and I'll link to it in the description below too, if you want to try it for yourself. Hardwiring the device doesn't mean your battery will run down, however. The hardwiring kit will turn the dashcam off if it detects the vehicle's battery voltage getting too low. To give you a clear idea of how the T800 performed in everyday driving, I've tested it in a range of real-world conditions. In bright daylight, whether under full sun or softer cloudy light, the T800 handled the scenes very well. Its HDR processing kept highlights under control, preserved details in the shadows, and produced rich yet natural looking colours. In overcast conditions, the T800 continued to perform reliably. As always, it helps to angle the camera towards the road rather than the sky, so the exposure is set for what actually matters. Even if the clouds appear bright, the T800's priority is keeping the road and surrounding vehicles clearly visible. When moving between light and dark areas, the T800 adjusted exposure almost instantly, and transitions were smooth with minimal blown out highlights. Some glare is unavoidable in these situations, but getting that optional polarizing filter for the T800 helped keep it to a minimum. At night, 70mai's night hour vision software does a lot of heavy lifting, creating a surprisingly bright image where other dashcams would be dark and grainy. Night driving is always challenging for any dashcam though, due to extreme contrast between darkness and the glare of headlights, but the T800 handled these situations impressively well. In rain and mist, reflections from headlights and streetlights were kept under control, and water droplets on the windscreen didn't cause excessive flare or distortion beyond what you'd typically expect. And of course, while stationary, you've got the parking modes to keep an eye on the vehicle, with standard video or time-lapse footage depending on your settings. When your vehicle isn't moving, you really do pick up so much more detail, though you can't do much about the rain covering the windscreen when you're not in the vehicle. The Full HD interior camera naturally lacks the image quality of the front 4K one, but it captures everything it needs to well. It switches seamlessly between colour daytime filming and infrared nighttime, making it ideal for low light monitoring, and you don't even notice there's a lens filming you while you drive. The rear 4K camera, whilst not quite on the same level as the front camera, is still a vast improvement from the standard 1080 lenses you get covering the back of your vehicle with other dashcams. Overall though, the quality really is very good and some of the best you'll find around. So how much will 70mai's T800 dashcam set you back? As you might expect from the camera's premium specs, the T800 is on the more expensive side of the dashcam market, retailing at just under £400 or $450, but I actually think it's worth it for what you get. Prices do change though, and there are always discounts around. If you like what you see and want to get a T800 or any of the extras for yourself, I've put affiliate links to all the major retailers in the description below, which help support this channel at no extra cost to you. Overall, the T800 is a really impressive dashcam, and it's so good to be covered from both ends with true 4K lenses, as well as internally in Full HD. At both day and night, whatever the weather, the footage is sharp, detailed and colour accurate. Coupling the premium build quality with their software, 70mai have created some of the best quality dashcam footage I've seen, and the optional extras of the hardwire kit and battery make the T800 a really complete system to protect your vehicle. If you've enjoyed this video and think I've earned it, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to see more videos just like this. Thanks for watching.